winner, really not much of a surprise. He led the polls.
He certainly did going in. He spent a lot of time on New Hampshire, the neighboring Massachusetts former governor. And joining us tonight with a little insight, Democrat analyst Jason Grill and Republican analyst Annie Presley. Let's start with you, Annie. Looking at the exit polls tonight, Romney wins conservatives, independents, even Tea Party voters in New Hampshire. 38%. Big night for him?
Big night. He was really managing expectations tonight, and anything over 35% was going to be considered a really big win for Romney.
And Jason, what do you think of the results?
Before the night, I said 35% and a 10% win would be huge for him. I did do some research, though. It looks like the last 8 presidential candidates from the New England area in New Hampshire have all gotten a 15-point bounce in that race. So it looks like Romney's still at his 24 to 25% max that he's been getting across the country. So I think that is not that great, but it's a big victory for him. He had a good speech tonight. It was on a teleprompter, but I think he did a good job, way better than he did in Iowa.
All right, let's look ahead to South Carolina now. Romney leads the polls there. Gingrich has fallen off. Do you see a way for Santorum, who's in second place in South Carolina right now, to rebound? It looks like he's going to finish in 4th or 5th place tonight.
Santorum could do well. He is one of the more conservative candidates, and South Carolina typically votes very conservatively, so he could do well. But it appears as though Romney is in command of South Carolina as well, and his momentum is very, very strong.
I'd say that no GOP since 1980 candidate has won the nomination without winning South Carolina. That's over 30 years. So I'd say, if Romney wins South Carolina, you can mark it down that he'll be the Republican nominee. However, I don't think it's guaranteed he's going to win. I think it's a more conservative state. I don't really think that Mitt Romney is a true conservative, but I think that if he wins South Carolina, I think we're looking towards a Romney-Obama matchup in the general election.
Well, a lot of people said that they went into the polls or went in to vote for someone who could beat President Obama, who they would like to see as the next president. And so that is who they think it is. It will be Mitt Romney. Do you think that will resonate with the rest of the states? Is that their main priority?
What we're seeing are two things are the priority of the voters. One is jobs. They are still concerned about economics, and whoever tends to talk about that continues to do well. The other is finding someone who can match up well against the president.
I think Romney is going to have to start coming towards the middle again if he does win South Carolina. I think that he this week had some screw-ups with regards to some of the things he said. I think he needs to refocus on the middle class if he wants to be able to win against President Obama. I think that this race is going to be very contested, and I think that at the end of the day, I personally believe if it's a Romney-Obama matchup, I think Obama will squeak out a victory.
All right, let's talk about the winnowing process. We saw that happen with Michelle Bachmann in Iowa. Who does not punch a ticket, if anybody, out of New Hampshire tonight? Is it Rick Perry? He's moved on to South Carolina, so he clearly is staying in at this point.
Well, he's still got a little bit of money left, and he is going to stay in. It's a question about the rest of the guys and who has money and who has people on the ground. We do know that Newt Gingrich has made a $3.5 million buy in South Carolina. It's a very small state. He can have a lot of saturation with $3.5 million. So he's obviously staying in, even though he didn't do particularly well tonight.
I think everyone punches their ticket, John. I think that it's going to be a continued race to get more delegates. And I think that Huntsman punches his ticket to go on. And, I think the race is still open. I do think it will end, though, if Romney does win South Carolina.
All right. Jason Grill and Annie Presley, thank you very much for coming in. And